Thank you for tuning in to the Patricia Show. My name is Patricia. Please press like and subscribe and share this video with someone that you think would need it. So now today I'm going to talk about free will. What does that mean? One thing you have to understand, and Americans are beginning to understand this more and more because it wasn't taught in the religious sector here. So people just automatically didn't believe it. I know when I was younger, people just didn't believe in reincarnation in America. But other people in other countries like China, Europe, they believed in reincarnation. So Americans have to catch up on that because there is a thing of reincarnation. So you cannot, your purpose here on this earth is to reunite back into the one fold of your mighty I am presence, which is God, is the universe. You can't do that in one lifetime because once you come down here on earth, I don't know why I say down here, but once you reincarnate on earth, it's like a veil come over your eyes and you can't really see and fully understand the different things that's happening in your life. And if you can't understand and see what's really going on in your life, or the meaning behind different relationships, or the meaning as to why you're attracting different negative things in your life, and so on and so forth, how are you going to be able to reunite with your God self in that life? It's impossible. The other thing is that before you reunite with your God self, you have to transmute at least 51% of your karmas. You can't do that in one life. You've had many lifetimes. And so you can't, transmute all of those karmas that you need to do in one lifetime. So there is reincarnation. So when you leave your body, and you go into I'm just going to say into the spirit world, when it's time for you to come back on the planet to reincarnate, people that are going to be meaningful in your life, that you need to work out some of these karmas with, will agree to come back to help you. So once you get back on this earth, it is predestined that you are going to meet those people. Now, there's always some type of signal, or I don't know if I should say signal or warning or pre-existing something to let you know, a feeling, something to let you know who this person is that you're meeting, that's going to help you with your karmas. But unfortunately, we are not in tune enough, and so we miss the clues. You could just meet a person and you feel so attracted and drawn into that person, and you meet the person, you become good friends or whatever. So all of your good friends that you're going to have in this lifetime, your parents, you know what I mean, the significant people, you already choose these people, or they agree to come into your life before you even reincarnate. Okay? So now, what is free will? Let's talk about that. Your free will is, so I want to say, the reason I'm telling you that those people are predestined, because I want to show you that some things some situations that's meant to happen in your life are predestined already. They've been already set upon between you and the other person prior to entering into this world. So it's just absolutely nothing you could do about some situations. But where the free will comes from is you have the free will to respond to whatever it is happening to you. That's where your free will comes in. So like if somebody come up and slap you really hard in your face, the free will comes in at that point. Are you going to slap the person back, or are you going to choose love? So let's put it down. Let's break it down a little more. Are you going to accept darkness by slapping them in the face, which violence doesn't, like violence doesn't beget violence, you know what I mean? Or are you going to choose the loving way and not slap them back and maybe choose to talk to them instead? That is what I mean by your free will. How are you going to respond? If you get married and your husband cheat on you, excuse me, if you're a lady, or if a man and your wife cheats on you, do you choose to go over there and beat the person up because they've interfered in your marriage, which is choosing darkness? Or do you choose to let just step out of the relationship and let your husband or wife go ahead, or try to go to marriage counseling and get your marriage back? Do you try constructive things to build your marriage back again? That's choosing the light. So if we want to look at this in a spiritual way, all through your life, you are going to be given choices to choose the light of God or the darkness. That is what life is about. I am breaking it down to you to the nitty gritty. You are being challenged to choose the light or the darkness in every area of your life and throughout your life, from the time you reach the age to make a choice until the time you leave this planet. And that is free will. It's not free will. Let's say that you've been invited to a party. Now, you might think, oh, it's free will because I made a choice to go to this party. However, that party could have been preordained before you came into this earth, that you were going to go to a party and meet your future husband or wife there. That could have been preordained. So therefore, you're not making a choice at all. You might say, I'm not going to the party, but honey, you going to the party because there is something in your 7 chakras that are going to pull you energetically to go to that party, because that is where you're supposed to meet your next mate. I'm just hypothetically, giving an example here. You see what I mean? So you ain't made no choice either way for that situation. But let's say you and your husband get into a fight. He slaps you, and then you call him out of his name. That's a choice. How you react to a situation is the free will that you have, and how you're going to deal with, like, are you choosing darkness or are you choosing light? Now, you don't have to believe me and continue going through the world and thinking that you're choosing different things in your life. Honey, I'm telling you, you're not choosing a thing, because these things are already in your chakra, which really goes out into the aura. So when these situations come up, you're going to go. If it was meant for you to meet Michael Jackson, believe what I say, you're going to be there to meet Michael Jackson. If he was living. If you weren't meant to meet Michael Jackson, you could try all you want to, you'll never get there to meet him. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what most people look at. Like, oh, if it's meant for me, I choose to work as a receptionist and not work as a nurse. No, you didn't choose that. That was preordained before you even entered this world, what your career was going to be. I was listening to this recorder of this, what do you call them? He was a psychologist, but he puts people under hypnosis. Now, I had already knew that this is how you choose things, but it was just interesting to hear that he put these people under his hypnosis, and one of the men had went in between lives, and he had said that he was choosing in his next life to be a musician. And he was only given 3 places where he could reincarnate to do that. It was, I think it was California, New York, and Paris, I think. And out of those 3, he chose New York. And so that's why he was born in New York and all that. All the opportunities that would come up for music for him, he picked those opportunities before he even entered into this world. So they were going to be there. Most people say, I wonder why, if you had a choice, well, you, the personality, definitely don't have a choice. But I mean, your soul chose for you to be born in New York so that he could be a musician. So those opportunities are already there for him before he even reaches an adult. His energy field is going to attract him to those opportunities which he had already picked for himself before entering into this world. So the free will is how you react to a situation. That is what because some spiritual people or new age people or what, I don't know what to call them, truth seekers, I'm going to call them. They really focus a lot on, I choose to get up. I choose to walk. I choose to go to the bathroom. I choose, stuff like that. That's not what you're supposed to be paying attention to. But they pay no attention to, I choose to accept love in my life. I choose every choice I make will be that of love. They don't think about that. And that is what you should think about. How you're reacting to situations that are presenting themselves in your life, whether they are negative or positive situations. The free will is how will you respond to it. But, excuse me, if you don't believe in reincarnation, then you have a hard time with what I'm telling you, because you think that when you're dead and gone and that's it. So what do you mean I have to choose where I'm going to live and all that? Why would I have to choose that? When you die, do you think, let me tell you something. When I was a child, I was taught that when you die, you go on the ground and there's nothing else. But even as a child, I knew that didn't make sense to me, because I'm a spirit. That is what I am. I'm not this human body. I am a spirit occupying a human body. So how can you keep a spirit buried down in the earth? You can't. A spirit can't be buried anywhere. It's going to just get up and walk through the dirt. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't even make sense to me, even as a child. But some people don't think for themselves. So some people think, oh, yeah, okay, so maybe when I die, this is it. That's it. I'm dead and gone and I'm never coming back. If that's what you believe, honey, you in for a rude awakening. So I always say, maybe I should start saying this, because I'm starting to teach some really more deep things, that maybe everything that I say, you try to research it and see if what I'm saying is true. Now, I believe that God is within me. Therefore, I don't go down the street or on Google to do my research. I turn within myself and ask God to show me. When I was younger, I was in my early 20s. I didn't believe in reincarnation. I remember turning within silently and asking God, please show me if there was a such thing as reincarnation. And then he gave me three different situations that I was placed in that taught me about reincarnation, and then he continued actually to show me things that made me think, this is true, reincarnation. So turn within yourself and ask your God self if what I'm saying is there a such thing as reincarnation, so that you can get this understanding for yourself and then turn back here and listen to your tapes. Most people never turn within because you don't believe that God is in there. My time is up. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Patricia Show.